Are you struggling to land job interviews? Can't figure out why you're not getting called back? You're not alone. This is a common frustration shared by many, and it can often feel like you're stuck in a cycle of uncertainty and disappointment. But don't worry, the solution might be simpler than you think. In today's world, the job market is a complex and dynamic landscape. It's not just about having the right skills or qualifications, but also about how you present them. And sometimes even the smallest details can make a huge difference. It's all about understanding the systems at play, the expectations of employers, and the best strategies to stand out. So, if you're ready to break free from this cycle and take control of your job search, you're in the right place. In the next few minutes, we'll explore some possible reasons why you're not getting those calls and what you can do about it. The first reason might be that your resume is not up to par. Let's face it, in the world of job hunting, your resume is your passport. It's the first thing recruiters see, and it's the deciding factor on whether you get an invite to the interview stage. If your resume is not up to par, you're likely to fall at the first hurdle. One common pitfall is the lack of customization. Sure, it's easier to send out the same resume to every job you apply for, but this one-size-fits-all approach is rarely effective. Each job is unique, and so should be your resume for that job. Highlight the skills and experiences that match the job description. This shows recruiters that you're not just a great fit for the role, but also that you've taken the time to understand what they're looking for. Next up, poor formatting. In an age where recruiters spend an average of 6 seconds scanning a resume, poor formatting can be a major deal breaker. Your resume needs to be easy to read, clear, and concise. Use bullet points, headers, and white space to your advantage. And remember, simplicity is key. A resume that's cluttered with graphics and fancy fonts is likely to end up in the no pile. And finally, irrelevant information. Your resume should be a snapshot of your professional life, not an autobiography. Keep it relevant and to the point. That summer job you had 10 years ago? Probably not relevant. Your experience leading a team or managing a project? Definitely relevant. And remember, your resume should be no longer than 2 pages. Anything more and you risk losing the recruiter's interest. So, if you're not getting those interview calls, take a good look at your resume. Is it customized for each job? Is it well formatted and easy to read? Does it highlight the relevant skills and experiences? If not, it's time to give your resume a much-needed makeover. Remember, your resume is your first impression. Make it count. Another reason could be that you're not networking effectively. Now you might be thinking, but I have 1,000 friends on Facebook and LinkedIn. Well, let's break down what effective networking really means. Networking isn't just about the number of connections you have, but the quality of those connections. It's about building relationships with people who can provide insights, advice, and potentially job opportunities. It's not about asking for a job directly, but about sparking conversations, showing genuine interest, and sharing your career aspirations. Let's talk about a few strategies for effective networking. First up, leverage your existing network. Start with the connections you already have: family, friends, colleagues, mentors. They can often provide a wealth of information and introductions to other industry professionals. Next, consider joining professional organizations or attending industry events. These can be a goldmine for meeting people who can provide insights into potential job opportunities. Don't just attend, participate. Engage in conversations, ask questions, show your passion and expertise. Now let's not forget about online networking. LinkedIn is a fantastic tool for this. Regularly updating your profile, sharing relevant content, and engaging with others' posts can help you stay visible. Joining industry-specific LinkedIn groups can also spark meaningful conversations and connections. And lastly, remember the art of the follow-up. After meeting someone, send a quick note or LinkedIn message expressing your appreciation for their time and insights. This can help cement the relationship and keep you top of mind when opportunities arise. But here's the key. Networking isn't a one-and-done deal. It's an ongoing process. It takes time and effort to build and maintain these relationships. So be patient, be persistent, and remember that every conversation could potentially lead to a new opportunity. Networking is not just about who you know, but how you engage with them. So start building those relationships, engage in meaningful conversations, and watch as doors open for you in your job search. Are you tailoring your applications to each job? If not, that could be a problem. Let's delve into why. In today's competitive job market, it's not enough to send out a generic application and hope for the best. Each application you send out needs to be like a well-crafted, personalized letter. It should speak directly to the company and the job you're applying for. So, how do you tailor your application? First off, it's about doing your homework. Research the company you're applying to. Understand its mission, values, and culture. Get a feel for what they do and why they do it. This is not just about appearing informed. It's about understanding if you genuinely align with what the company stands for. Next, study the job description. Understand the skills, experiences, and qualifications the company is looking for. Then, in your cover letter and resume, highlight these aspects of your profile. Make it clear how your unique skill set makes you the perfect fit for the role. Also, don't shy away from using the company's language. If the job description uses specific terms or phrases, mirror them in your application. This shows you've paid attention to the details and understand the company's communication style. But let's not forget about the human element. Companies aren't just looking for skills and experiences. They're looking for people who fit their culture. So, in your application, show your personality. Show what makes you unique. Show why you're not just a good fit for the job, but for the company as a whole. Remember, tailoring your application is not about pandering or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about presenting the most relevant parts of yourself in a way that resonates with your potential employer. And yes, this can be time-consuming, but think of it this way. A few extra hours spent tailoring your application could be the difference between landing the job and getting lost in the pile of generic applications. Tailoring your application shows employers that you're serious about the job, and that could be just the edge you need in today's competitive job market. Lastly, you might not be landing interviews because you're not preparing adequately. You see, an interview is like a stage performance. You wouldn't go on stage to perform without rehearsing, would you? The same principle applies to job interviews. Preparation is absolutely crucial. Let's break down what it means to prepare for an interview. First and foremost, you need to research the company. Understand their mission, their values, their culture. What are they about? What are their goals? This knowledge not only allows you to tailor your responses to align with the company's ethos, but also demonstrates to the interviewer that you've made an effort to understand their organization. Next, you need to practice common interview questions. It's essential to have clear, concise, and well-thought-out responses to questions like, "Tell me about yourself," or "Why should we hire you?" Remember, the goal isn't to memorize a script, but to familiarize yourself with the kind of answers you might give. This can help you avoid those awkward pauses where you're scrambling for an answer. Then, there's the matter of presenting yourself professionally. This involves everything from your physical appearance to your communication skills. Dress appropriately for the industry you're applying to. Speak clearly, confidently, and respectfully. Listen attentively to the interviewer and answer their questions thoughtfully. It's also worth noting that preparing for an interview involves mental preparation as well. It's perfectly normal to feel nervous before an interview, but too much anxiety can hinder your performance. Practice mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing or visualization to help calm your nerves before the big day. So, there you have it. Preparing for an interview is a multifaceted process that involves researching the company, practicing common interview questions, presenting yourself professionally, and managing your nerves. It's not easy, but it's worth the effort. After all, preparation is the key to confidence, and confidence can make all the difference in an interview. So there you have it. 4 possible reasons why you're not landing job interviews. We've explored the significance of having a well-polished resume. It's your first impression, your professional snapshot, and it needs to shine. We've also discussed the power of networking. It's not just about who you know, but how you connect and engage with those in your professional sphere. Next, we touched on the importance of tailoring your applications. No 2 jobs are the same, and your applications should reflect that. Each application is your chance to show why you're the right fit for that specific role. Lastly, we underscored the necessity of interview preparation. It's not just about answering questions correctly, but about showcasing your skills, experiences, and your unique value proposition. Remember, job hunting is a process. It takes time and effort, but with these tips, you're one step closer to landing that interview. Good luck!